Imagine your money working for you. Imagine as an investor, you getting a steady income every month, knowing that this money you could use to pay your bills, knowing that this specific income can help you retire early. And as an investor, that's all we want is steady income every month. So in this video, we're gonna be talking about 5 monthly paying dividend stocks and 3 monthly paying ETFs. So without further ado, let's go. Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Christian. Thank you all for tuning in. And in this video, we're going to be talking about monthly paying dividend stocks. Many investors put money into the stock market but don't have too much enthusiasm because they don't see money coming in. But these monthly paying dividend stocks and ETFs that I'm going to be mentioning are really high end, are high yielding ETFs to make sure that the investors that are purchasing these specific companies are getting their money back in return. The companies that I'm going to be mentioning today have a well-rounded portfolio, are really diverse, and have continuously increased their dividends and have satisfied many investors with their monthly payments. So before I start the video, I just want to mention that I am not a financial advisor. I'm some random person on YouTube that just loves talking about stocks, motivation, financial independence, and financial freedom. So if you guys agree or disagree with me, please comment down below. I would love to hear what you guys think. So if you guys do like the video, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out. So let's go. All right, guys, so the first one on the list is Realty Income, ticker symbol O. Realty Income is in the real estate stock. So this is a REIT. It has over 6,500 properties. It has a real diverse portfolio with properties in 51 different industries. Realty Income is a rare breed. This real estate stock has paid uninterrupted dividends since 1969. And every investor knows investing into the real estate stock is kind of risky. Whenever there is a crisis of depression, inflation, or whatever that's going on in the world, usually the real estate stocks, they cut their dividends first. So it's really rare to see a company like Realty Income that has been around since 1969 paying uninterrupted dividends for that long. Realty Income has even claimed themselves as the monthly paying dividend company. This company is the one that started the trend of monthly paying dividends. So as we can see here, Realty Income has a real diverse portfolio. These are the top 20 tenants, and these top 20 tenants represent 53.3% of their annual revenue. They have tenants in the pharmaceutical side like Walgreens and CVS. They have tenants that sell groceries like Walmart, Sam's Club, and BJ's. They even have essential products like Home Depot. These 20 tenants are scattered around in 11 different industries. And another thing that sets Realty Income apart is their exposure to defensive industries. 96% of total portfolio rent is protected against retail e-commerce threats and economic downturns. So as we can see here, these 7 tenants account for 79% of Realty Income's total rents. And they account for at least one of these 3 characteristics that is really defensive against e-commerce. Low cash flow volatility, meaning that their cash flow is at low risk just in case anything's going on. As we all know, e-commerce is up and coming, and anybody could basically purchase anything they want online. But people still love to go to the movie theaters and experiencing that theater feeling. People still have to go to gas stations, and people still love going to gyms, hence LA Fitness. Realty Income's dividend yield is 4.91%. For every 1 share of Realty Income that an investor has, they will be getting $2.80 annually. But every month, that same investor will be getting a paycheck of 23 cents per share of Realty Income. The next one on the list is Stagg Industries, ticker symbol STAG. Stagg Industries is a real estate investment trust that focuses on single-tenant industrial properties throughout the United States. Their enterprise value is $5 billion. They have over 91.8 million square feet of properties. They have properties scattered in 38 different states of the United States and have over 450 buildings. As we can see here, Stagg Industries has a lot of properties, but most of their properties are warehouses. These warehouses are used for storage, importing, and exporting shipments. These properties are really used for the e-commerce niche for the storage and has been really big for their fast response in shipping and handling. So as we can see in these charts, they have properties scattered all across the United States. Most of their properties are actually in Philadelphia, with 9.3% of the properties are in Philadelphia. But they have a real diverse portfolio, as we can see in the other chart right next to it. 12.2% come from auto components and 8.8% come from air freights and logistics. But as we can see here, it is not just one specific niche. They have a real diverse portfolio, and they are scattered around through a whole bunch of businesses and a whole bunch of niches. Stagg Industries' dividend yield is 4.99%. For every 1 share of Stagg Industries that an investor owns, they will be getting $1.44 annually. But every month, they will be getting paid 12 cents per share. Our next dividend stock on the list is Main Street Capital. ticker symbol MAIN. Main Street Capital is also a real estate stock with over 182 current portfolio investments. They have a real diverse portfolio with a whole bunch of companies like Brewer, Bridge, Boss, California, Charms, Power Equipment, and Golf, just to name a few. Now, for a lot of these companies that I am mentioning, you could go to their websites, their actual homepage, and they have an option just for investors. And in this specific page, you can look at the company's financials, the different tenants that they have, and the different things that they're planning to do for the year, and their mission statement. And that's really big for an investor because there's a lot of news that goes around. For example, they could say the Main Street Capital is doing big things, but the financials are saying otherwise. It's always good to do research and your due diligence on a company before you start investing. Main Street Capital has a very high dividend yield of 8.2%. For every 1 share of Main Street Capital, the investor will be getting $2.46. But every month they'll be getting roughly around 20 cents per share. Our fourth stock on the list is Gnc Investment Corp. This is another real popular real estate stock that pays monthly dividends. For every 1 share of AGNC, every shareholder will be getting 12 cents per share. AGNC is really big on satisfying their shareholders, making sure that they're always updated, making sure that their mission statement is always being followed through and handled. AGNC is one of the more cheaper stock on the list, and right now as we speak, it's at a $12.71, and it has a very high dividend yield of 11.37%. For every 1 share of AGNC that an investor owns, that investor will be getting $1.44. But every month, that same investor will be getting 12 cents per share. So now our fifth stock on the list is Epr Properties, ticker symbol EPR. Epr Property focuses on a real specific niche, and that niche is the entertainment side. They love recreationals and activities to satisfy their customers. They have over 371 locations and 200 tenants in 44 states and in Canada. Some of the properties that they own is like theaters like AMC, Top Golf, ski resorts, attractions like water slides. They have fitness and wellness centers. They even have some schools and educational centers. And I think EPR Properties is a real good play right now because in the past 3 months on Robinhood, they have grown 40.67%, which is outstanding for a real estate stock with everything that has been going around, because the real estate niche has been hit really hard. All the real estate stocks have been dropping down in value, but EPR has actually gone up in value because of all the good news and everything been opening up as of late. EPR Properties is trading at $31.84. They have a dividend yield of 14.66%. So for every 1 share of EPR Properties that an investor owns, they will be getting 38 cents every month. So those were our 5 monthly paying dividend stocks. Now I want to talk about 3 monthly paying ETFs. So the first one on the list is a real popular ETF that a lot of investors know and love, and that one is SPHD, Powershares S&P 500 High Dividend Low Volatility ETF. SPHD tracks the top 50 companies with the highest dividend yield and the lowest volatility that is associated with the S&P 500, making this ETF one of the safest ETFs for a lot of investors. So as we look at the chart here, some of the top 10 holdings that SPHD has is Altria Group, Philip Morris, AT&T, Iron Mountain, Williams Companies. These 10 companies account for 28.57% of the total holdings of SPHD. And for a lot of investors that don't really know or aren't really sure if this ETF is really safe, you can see here in this chart, SPHD is really diverse in its portfolio. It has a lot of companies in the different sectors, in the financials, the consumers, utilities, energy. It has a lot of different companies in a lot of different sectors, making this ETF more diverse and more safe for a lot of investors. SPHD current dividend yield is 5.69%. For every 1 share of SPHD that an investor has, they will be getting 15 cents every month. And as you can see here on this chart, in the past 3 months, SPHD has only grown 0.31%, but in the past 5 years, it has grown 3.03%, making this ETF one of the safest ETFs. So when you put your money into this, you could leave it there, hold it for the long run, and you'll be getting paid every month from this ETF. So the second ETF on the list is Vanguard Intermediate Term Corporate Bond ETF, ticker symbol VCIT. Vanguard Intermediate tracks a market weight index of investment grade corporate bonds with maturities of 5 to 10 years. VCIT's top 10 holdings include companies like AbbVie, Bank of America, Verizon, Wells Fargo, and Boeing. These 10 companies account for 3.53% of the holdings of VCIT. So as we can see, a majority of the companies that are included in VCIT are either industrials or in the financial side. And VCIT has been doing well as of late, gaining 5.47% in value in the past 3 months. They have a dividend yield of 3.01%. So that means for every share that an investor owns of VCIT, they will be getting 19 cents every month. So our third and last ETF on the list is Invesco High Yield Equity Dividend Achievers ETF. Ticker symbol PEY. PEY is really picky on the companies it associates itself with. Each company that is included in PEY has to have had increased their annual dividends for at least 10 consecutive years, meaning that the companies that are associated with PEY have increased their dividends for a very long time, and some of them are even dividend aristocrats. And some of the companies that is included in PEY is Altria Group, One Oak, ExxonMobil, and AT&T. These top 10 companies that is shown here accounts for 29.27% of the holdings that is included in PEY. And as we can see here on the chart that's on the left side, PEY is also diverse in all the sectors that is also included in. And for some reason, I really don't know why Robinhood hasn't changed the name on PEY on their website, because on Robinhood it says Powershares High Yield Equity Dividend Achievers Portfolio, but it's really Invesco High Yield Equity Dividend Achievers ETF. But as we can see here, in the past 3 months, PEY has actually gained 0.93%, and in the past 5 years, it has grown in value 7.52%. They have a current dividend yield of 5.61%, meaning for every 1 share of PEY that an investor owns, they'll be getting roughly almost 6 cents per share every month from this investment. So those were 5 monthly paying dividend stocks and 3 monthly paying dividend ETFs. A lot of investors love seeing the returns right away. These 7 companies and these 7 stocks that I mentioned have a very high dividend yield. I'm not saying that this is always a great investment for a lot of investors, so it's always really good to do your due diligence and check out the balance sheet of the company. You can always go inside the company's websites, check out the balance sheets to see how well they're actually doing, and don't follow the news. The news is a lot of smoke that just plays with a lot of people's emotions. Always invest in companies that you know that are 100% certain are gonna make you profit in the long run. With monthly paying dividend stocks, you will automatically see profit every month. So I do hope you guys enjoy the video. Make sure you do your own research before you start investing. If anybody is interested in investing, I'm gonna put my Robinhood link down below. If you make a Robinhood account using the link, you get a free stock and I will get a free stock. And if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you comment down below. I would love to hear your opinion on the 5 stocks and these 3 ETFs that I did mention. So that's it, guys. Until next time.